Hi, Jan Shimano here again. Thanks for coming by. Today I'm talking about treatment for migraine headaches, and I have some good news for those of you that suffer from migraines. Now, I probably have suffered from migraines ever since I was a child, but at that time they weren't able to diagnose it. And children quite often don't actually have a headache. They have what's called a migraine equivalent, and they might be extremely nauseated to the point of vomiting. And they could have some visual disturbances that maybe felt like hallucinations or something like that. But really, it's what's happening is what is classified as a migraine equivalent. Well, that's what I had when I was a child. And then when I got to be, in my late teens, I started having some very strange visual problems, and actually I would kind of practically go blind, and I couldn't see, and there was just a very, very limited area of vision that I had, and that would last, I don't know, for about 45 minutes up to an hour, and the doctors had no idea what was the matter with me. And it was very, very scary, I can tell you, when you think you're going blind, and then, your sight comes back again, and then it happens another time. So that happened on and off for a number of years, and then I started getting the headaches. Well, eventually I was diagnosed with having migraines, and then came the many, many years of treatment. And the medication that I was on at that time, I think, was the medication that the majority of people were on, and it was ergotamine. And some people had it in a combination with caffeine. I couldn't do that particular one because I was very sensitive to caffeine. But it was a little pill that you just melted under your tongue that tasted absolutely horrible, but it did the trick. So I was on that medication for, well over 30 years. And then I went to have the prescription renewed one day, and the pharmacist said, "I'm sorry, but the medicine has been taken off the market." And I said, "Well, why?" And he said, "Well, they're really not too sure about the side effects." And I thought, wow, I mean, this medication has been around for such a long time. You would have thought that over that long period of time, they would have determined whether there were any serious side effects to it. So he said, "Well, you're going to have to go along to your doctor and get something else." So I went to my doctor, and he said, "Well, this is the drug now, this new drug, and it's called Imitrex, and the generic name is sumatriptan." So he gave me a prescription for that. Now, it had just come out, and it was phenomenally expensive. Each pill cost over $20. So you weren't going to be popping one of those if you weren't absolutely sure you had a migraine. But of course they would tell you to take one when you thought a migraine was coming on. Well, sometimes I might think that I'm getting one, but it doesn't develop into a migraine. It maybe is a tension headache or something like that. So I was very reluctant to take them at that cost, just if I thought that I was going to be getting a migraine. So I did start to take them, and I would only take it when I got the headache, and I mean, it really worked like a miracle. Within a half an hour, my migraine was gone. But then what happened, the next day I would get another migraine. So then I would take another pill, and the next day I would get another one, and this would go on for 3 days. So there was $60 right there, just treating this migraine, because I had a pill a day. And eventually, it was a long, long time later, that I realized that the pill was only good for 12 hours for me. When 12 hours expired, then the migraine was back again. So I went off to the doctors again, and he said, "Well, we don't have anything else. We just have, this sumatriptan." And then eventually other companies came out with a similar product, but it all basically was the same ingredient. So I was also getting a lot of side effects from this Imitrex. and I was feeling very, very groggy after it, and sometimes it would take me like 2 days to even recover from the migraine itself. And those 2 days, sometimes I felt just as horrible as when I was having the migraine. So many days in the month I just was feeling very, very down and out, and really incapable of living my life the way I wanted to live it. So I eventually decided to do a little more research, and I got on the internet and I came across a book by a doctor by the name of J.S. Cohen, that's Cohen. And the book he wrote is a wonderful little book. It's called The Magnesium Solution for Migraine Headaches: How to Use Magnesium to Prevent and Relieve Migraine and Cluster Headaches Naturally. So I went ahead and ordered the book from Amazon.com, and within a week there it was, and I was just thrilled with the information that I read. But then I thought, oh, let's not get too excited, Jan. Maybe it's just too good to be true. So I got the information. I went down to my health food store and I got some magnesium. Now, one warning is, if you're listening to this and you think, oh, I'm going to try this, don't go running to your health food store and grabbing the first bottle of magnesium tablets that you see, because there's various different types and there's various different qualities. And if you read Dr. Cohen's book, you'll realize that there are certain types of magnesium that he recommends. But magnesium actually is very essential to the normal functioning of the body. It plays a major role in more than 300 different enzymatic reactions that take place within all of the body cells. And it has a very relaxing effect on the central nervous system, and it quiets the actions of the sympathetic nervous system. And it's also very important in the healing of wounds and muscular function and sleep and growth and healthy pregnancy. And actually, magnesium has been defined as the king of minerals. That's how important it is to the functioning of our body. So the particular magnesium that I've got is in liquid form. I have difficulty swallowing pills, and some of the magnesium pills and some of the calcium pills, they're very, very big, and they're kind of rough on the outside, and I have a very, very small swallow, and so I'm not able to swallow them. But actually the liquid form is, it absorbs into your system so much easier, quicker. You're absorbing, you're using more of the nutrient than if you were to take it in tablet form. So I personally recommend that. It is going to cost you a little extra, but I do recommend the liquid form of magnesium. But I also do recommend that you read the book, because I don't want you to just listen to what I have to say. This is my personal experience with the magnesium, that it's helping me tremendously. And it likely can do the same for you. It's helped so many people. But please get a copy of the book. Do a little research on the internet on magnesium and migraine headaches. And I hope that it will help you the way it's helped me. And I thank you for coming by and watching my video. And please come by regularly, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.